Hello, amazing fourth graders. High five for making it to part 2 of lesson 6.5. We're going to be taking a look at problem number 3. Please follow along as I read problem number 3. 56 students signed up to volunteer for the race. There were 4 equal groups of students, and each group had a different task. How many students were in each group? All right, so we've got some students who are going to be used as some amazing helpers for Keisha's race. They're volunteering to help with the race. So let's go ahead and anytime we see a word problem, you use cubes. We're going to circle all of the important numbers. I found 56 students, and I found 4 equal groups. Next, we underline the question. The question is, how many students were in each group? Okay, now, hopefully you're already starting to think, each group, this might sound like a problem that I already know how to do. All right, so let's box the important keywords. I think equal groups is an important keyword. Did you find any other ones? Maybe each. Now, each is totally acceptable. However, we're going to learn another way that fractions relate to something that you've learned in the past, okay? After we box, we eliminate, we evaluate, and sometimes we make our equation. So let's go ahead and think about this. Equal groups lets me know that we're going to be in fractions. When you split things apart, you want to share them equally. Equal groups means fraction. And I want to know how many students are in each group out of 56 total students who volunteer. Now, if there are 4 equal groups, 4 is going to be my denominator. And if I want to know in each group, that's in one of the groups, 1 is going to be my numerator. I'm about to blow your mind right here. This is a fraction and a division problem. Have you ever noticed that the plus symbol, if you were to twist it a little bit and turn it, looks like the multiplication symbol? Kind of cool, right? Now, the people that invented these math symbols, have you ever noticed that this fraction line right here is kind of like your division line right here? You'll learn later on through your math journey that fractions are dividing. So this is going to be a fraction and a division problem. Now let's solve it. So we have a fraction that we want to know. Now, I know how to make equivalent fractions. If I had 1/4 and 4 as my denominator, and I want to have 56 as an equivalent fraction, I would need to multiply this by some number. Now, this isn't a math fact that I know. 4 times some number equals 56, I have no idea. So I'm going to use the equation to help me. Now, we've solved for this a little bit already in 4th grade, so let's go ahead and take a look at this. Now, multiplication and division are inverse, meaning they are the opposite. So if I can multiply 4 times some number to equal 56, then that means I can do the opposite, where I can do 56 divided by 4 will equal some number. So I'm going to use this equation right here. 56 divided by 4 equals some number. Aren't you glad that you learned how to do long division? So here I have my long division house method set up. This is the strategy that I'm going to be using to solve for n, 56 divided by 4. So that way I can know how many students are in each group, or my numerator of my fraction with 56 on the denominator. So I have all my steps listed out. Dad divides, mom multiplies, sister subtracts, brother brings down, Rover repeats, and Chester checks. And I also have a top and a bottom chart to help me. Now remember, your top and your bottom chart uses your divisor of 4. Okay? Our dividend, or the bigger number, goes inside of the house. Our divisor goes outside of the house. So 56 divided by 4. I'm going to start with this 5 in the tens place. 5 divided by 4. Oh, I can do that. 4 goes into 5 one time. Put a check next to Dad. Next, we multiply. 1 times 4. Okay? Put a check next to Mom. And here we have our top and our bottom chart that could have helped us with that as well. Next, we subtract. 5 minus 4 is 1. Next, we bring down. I'm going to bring down the 6 and the place value to the right. So we have 16 is our new number that we're going to divide. So we bring down. That means we are going to repeat. Now we have a new number to divide, 16 divided by 4. So 16 divided by 4, I know, is 4. Put a check right there. 4 times 4 is 16. Put that 16 underneath it. Put a check off with mom. Next, we subtract 16 minus 16, which is 0. Now, there's not another digit to the right of the 6, so we don't need to bring down. We aren't repeating, but we have to check to see if we have a remainder. We have 0, so no remainder. The last step is to check our work. So, how do we check our work? Remember, we do the opposite. So, 14 is what we think our quotient is. We multiply that times our divisor 4. And you may remember that we need to get 56. That's how we know we did it correctly. So 4 times 4 is 16. Put a 6 there. Regroup 1 to the next place value. Multiply 4 times 1, which is 4, plus 1 more, which is 5. This number, 56, matches that number, so Chester is happy. So N is equal to 14. But what does that mean? Well, let's go back to the question. How many students were in each group? We have 4 times some number. So I'm going to go ahead and rewrite 1/4. And we wanted to make an equivalent fraction with 56 down in the denominator. 4 times 14 equals 56. Anything we do to the bottom, we must do to the top. So I need to multiply 1 times 14. 1 times 14 is 14. So 14 out of the 56 students are in each group. That means my final answer is 14 students. Thank you so much for your attention. Go ahead, if you made it to the end of the video, and say, I'm smart. Say it again, I am smart. Yes, you are. Have an amazing Osprey day.